few years ago, we would have never imagined we would be standing here, getting ready to show you around a 200-acre horse and mule ranch in the mountains. This is not a place we bought. This is a place we have been blessed with the opportunity to lease, and we do not take that lightly. It still feels a little unreal that we get a chance to build a life here with our horses, mules, mustangs, and dogs, and all the hard work that comes with them. Today we're giving you a full tour of the new ranch. We will show you the pastures, the creek, the equine buildings, the gun range, and the place that will hopefully become our new home. There is a lot of work ahead before this place is fully set up for our herd, but looking around at these mountain views and seeing our horses standing here already makes it feel like the beginning of something really special. So come along as we show you the new lease, the projects we're dreaming up, and the next chapter we're working towards here at MTN BUILT.
All right, so for those that don't know, we've been blessed with the opportunity to lease an incredible 200-acre horse property here in the mountains of Idaho. And we have a little over half our horses moved out here now. But what we're going to do today is we're going to saddle up our mules and we're going to give a full property tour. So right now I'm in the horse barn. We have our little cubby set up over here. We got our hay, our tack, rakes, and a bunch of grooming supplies and stuff like that. But we're in the process of setting up the whole thing, but we thought it would be kind of fun to take you around and just show you the whole property before we've really finished any of the projects. So we're going to catch our mules and go for a ride. Well, we figured before we caught our mules and took you for the full tour of the property, since we're already here, we'll show you the little horse barn first before we even catch them. We'll let them keep snacking. They're getting a pre-workout meal in. So how many stalls is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is kind of set up for a 4-horse barn, but it's pretty nice. It has this whole bay over here that we use for storage. So we have everything from brushes to hay nets to we keep a few bales in here and keep the side-by-side covered in here. It's really nice to have this open bay. But what's really cool is the stall barn portion. So each stall has a little run, and this is going to be awesome if something got injured and it had to be off by itself and couldn't be out in the dry lots. Or, even more exciting, is if we had a mare that was going to foal, this would be the perfect spot for it. So I'll show you these stalls real quick. I don't really know. I didn't really measure how big these are. Probably about 10 by...
I think they're 12.
12?
By like 14 or 16.
12 by 16
Yeah.
probably at least. 12 by 16 stalls, and each one has its own separate little run out.
Goes over here.
Isn't that nice? Stalls with view here. So, yeah. So we haven't used these yet, but I'm sure we will. They're really nice to have. Like I said, if you had, especially if you had like a mare that was going to foal, you could just pull out this little middle panel and they have a ton of room. Just fill this with a bunch of straw and it'd be nice and warm in here, dry in here, and comfy. So we're pretty excited about this. So anyway, that's a horse barn. We're going to catch our mules, get them saddled up. And this property, in our eyes, is humongous. So it's going to be a pretty good ride just going across the whole property. We're going to show you everything from the big pasture, a gun range, a couple of creek pastures, and what else? Oh, there's a cool hangar, like hay storage / airplane hangar. There's a horse race track, also known as a landing strip.
And our house.
And our home. Yeah, I don't know if it's a house. It's our home, though. But, and yeah, we'll show you our little Mustang training setup down here. And it's just now starting to take shape a little bit. So nothing is like completely set up yet, but it's starting to form into a really cool horse property. So we're going to show you now, and then we'll show you as we make improvements throughout the summer as well. So we have not explored the mountains around here very much yet, but there's one spot I really want to check out up here in the mountains behind me. It really stands out when the sun's shining on it, and it's just a huge light colored rock that's much lighter than all the rest. I'll show you real quick. I'd love to climb up there and check that out one of these days. Well, should we catch our mules?
Yeah, Kai's asleep out there.
Go for a little ride?
We went to did a little yard sailing today.
Because we're old.
Wait, well, hey, when they say there's horse tags, there was a lot of farrier stuff as well, and we're like, ooh, that sounds great. And then it was all sold by the time we got there. But I did get these stirrups. So this is my new saddle that I got for Rooster, which actually fits Clyde pretty good, which is great. But these stirrups are so nice because they're tipped like this, so they take a lot of pressure off your knees. And I like these big bell stirrups because your feet don't get hung up in them. And these ones are made to sit like this, so it takes the pressure off your knees and your ankles. So I was pretty excited. $10. I was really cheap for these. So yeah, they're used, but they're big old solid aluminum, I think is what they are, it looks like. And so they're not super heavy, but I'm gonna put them on my new saddle. Swap out stirrups. We almost bought bell stirrups for this when I got it, and then I was like, nah, I don't want to spend the money right now. So I'm glad I didn't, because now I get to have some new ones that are much cheaper on it. Look at that.
They were $10, I think.
Yeah, $10. And done. Sweet. See how they hang kind of at an angle? So it tips your feet out, and then it takes the pressure off your knees and your ankles, because naturally your feet kind of want to be like this anyway when you're sitting on a horse. So you're able to do that. And it has, I've heard it called the Hamley twist, but a lot of these saddles nowadays have a twist on them, like this. So it actually twists your fender automatically so that your stirrups sit out like this. You don't have to do the old broom trick and twist them like that, which also takes a ton of pressure off your knees. So if you have a knee or ankle pain or hip pain, Hamley twist and these angled stirrups, and that really helps. Okay, let's go catch some donkeys. Oh, nice. Just realized class call.
Yeah, bring the trimmers out
I
here.
know. I keep needing to at least bring the scissors out here, and I keep forgetting. I'm gonna give him a bath. Look at all those little speckles down here. I don't feel like you had those last year. It really is speckly, but everyone just thinks he's dirty. He's that too, but some of them are him. Like these. Just Clyde spots. So scratch my booty. It's his favorite thing. Need to seal back my awesome breast collar.
Yeah, you do.
This one's okay, but
Ain't no jackalope roping. I mean, it ain't no mule rider roping a jackalope.
right. Plus, it's not a pulling collar, so Mules have a really kind of vertically sloping shoulder. Like horses will be back more like this. Mules are pretty straight up and down. And the way that their movement goes, you can rub them raw right here with a regular breast collar like this pretty easy. So a pulling collar is better, the kind that goes up and either attaches up here or has a little clip over the top and pulls it up at this angle. You can see that's better angle for a mule shoulder. So anyway, just something to note. You ready? Hold on this.
Why is that?
Riata here's got a pulling style breast collar, and you can see how that matches her shoulder a lot better than the one that's on Clyde here.
Yeah.
It kind of cuts across his shoulder. It should be up like that. So if you got a mule.
So you can imagine if this was attached down here, how much it would rub across that shoulder versus being attached up here by the horn.
Yep.
Really makes a big difference for them, especially if you're riding for any length of time.
And if you do have one that's attached down here, they make a little keeper you can run up over their neck that hooks onto this little ring right here, and it picks it up so that it's similar to a pulling style.
Alright, so Alyssa mentioned telling you a little bit about the cinch I use on Riata. So I used to only want a mohair cinch because I just heard that was more comfortable for him, and just it's better material than this for sure. But Riata was getting little gall sores here. You can see where it kind of rubs up against her. She gets little wrinkles. So I got this tapered cinch, and even though the material isn't as good as a mohair cinch, that taper really helps her little armpit not get galled as much. So I was like, well, we'll try it. I wasn't a big fan of it, but it definitely helps her. So that's what I use now.
We've just had some people reach out saying that their mule gets galled too, and they're wondering what we use. Some mules don't really seem like they have an issue, but Riata has a really sensitive skin. Like she gets those white spots really easy, like the compression spots from the saddle. She gets galled really easy, so she just has kind of sensitive skin. So here you can see now he had her take a step forward. So her cinch is in the right spot, but you can see those wrinkles still in her skin, and those little wrinkles just end up getting galled kind of right in here. And so this cinch seems like it helps. It's kind of cut for their armpit here. It's a little bit thinner, and so far it's good. This sheep's wool stuff is synthetic, but you got to keep it cleaned off. Got to keep that hair out of it so it doesn't get matted. But other than that, it seems like it's working really good. So we've tried a bunch of different cinches on her. We tried air ride, neoprene, mohair. Everything's rubbed her except for this one. So anyway, if you got a mule or a horse with sensitive skin, maybe try one of these.
It's not expensive or like super high quality, but it fits her good, and so she doesn't gall. So that's what we're using. We've been using it for quite a while now.
Yeah, and it'll be cheap to replace when we need to replace it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mustang brand is who makes it. And anyway, in case it helps anyone, that's what has helped Riata.
So I think what we'll do is we'll start to kind of the southeast, and we'll hit the what we call 100-acre pasture first, and then we'll go look at the gun range, and then we'll loop around, give you a good view of the property, and then we'll check out the creek pastures probably last on our ride because they're really nice and really cool. So that'll be kind of fun, and then we'll come back and give you a little home tour. All right, who here has ever seen a mule and a hackamore? Look how handsome he is. All right, we switched out cameras. We're using little action cams so we can take you with us kind of first person on this ride. Let us know if you enjoy that. And we're gonna hop on and head out into the pasture. A little side quest is we're going to be looking for little bits of wire or any metal that's out there in the pasture, kind of cleaning it up, because as soon as it's done being fenced, we'll be able to turn these guys loose out there. Mace, good girl. We'll pony you soon.
See those bunny ears? That's how you know a mule is thinking about bucking. And Clyde used to be quite the bucker. Now he just kind of gets some rabbit ears and then he's over it. Hey, Tasman. So up there is going to be the arena. And then we're actually going to have a road bed that starts here and goes down this hill and comes out through this opening. This barbed wire fence right here is going to be gone. You can kind of see our new buck and rail fence there. That's going to be the new pasture entrance, but right over here we have our first Mustang corral. So this is going to be a road down through here, but off the back there's going to be a shelter. We wanted 12 by 12. It might end up being 10 by 10 just from availability, and it's been a struggle to find shelters that are somewhat affordable. So anyway, there is going to be a shelter off the back. I think we'll probably put a gate in right here and change this out if we have to a 10 by 10, or hopefully we can get a 12 by 12, but we'll see. But there's going to be 2 more of these 30 by 30 Mustang corrals. One about 10 foot away from that one, and another one 10 foot away from the middle one there. And I think probably down here we'll end up putting up a 6-foot fencing, maybe even the dry lot we have at home. And that way the Mustangs can come out into a little bigger pen. And so anyway, we'll be standing kind of in that corral right now. And then there's going to be an alley that leads from this big corral and goes up here. And then there'll be corral number 1 we can put them in. Corral number 2 we could put them in. And then corral number 3 we can put them in here. So there'll be a little gap in between each corral. The alley, of course, will be continuous so they can't get out, but that way they can't kick at each other through the corral or anything. So that's what that's going to look like. And then we'll, from the road up there, we can come down and drive into the 100-acre pasture. You can see the buck and rail. It's not finished yet, but it stretches down. It's going to go clear down all the way to the end. There's BLM land that's right over there, so it's going to go clear to the BLM. And then this whole barbed wire section, I think, is going to be replaced this year with buck and rail, and as well as eventually, maybe next year, out there, and then that edge along there. But I mean, that's a lot of money in buck and rail. The owners are replacing all of this, and so we're really grateful for it. No matter how much, even just getting this one section done is going to be great, because this is where they're probably going to be mingling the most and coming in and out of the gate and stuff like that. So it's going to be awesome.
So I can see a couple antelope out there, and we'll definitely swing wide around them. They should be having their fawns any time now. Some of them have probably already hit the ground, but so we'll just swing wide around them, ride the perimeter, look for wire along the old fence, and then we'll start hooking back. So you can see the end of the pasture is clear out past that big green patch of grass. Hopefully Alyssa can put an arrow on the screen, but that's where the property line ends, and it is way out there. We can't wait to have these guys kicked out on this pasture. The only problem is going to be coming out and catching them. We're going to have to teach them to come to the side-by-side, because that's too far for me to walk.
This is all new fencing here, but it doesn't go all the way. Here's the end of the new fence. So this was all barbed wire. Another kind of interesting thing about this property is it still has water rights, but they've changed over the years. And they tried to put in a pivot out here a long time ago. You can see there's a tire there with a whole little head gate, little riser, I mean. So those are kind of scattered out along the property. They shouldn't bug the equines at all. They shouldn't be able to hurt themselves. But I don't know what this is. That'll have to be fixed.
Yeah.
So it's probably where the pivot ended up coming from.
Well, it'll be out of the pasture though too, thankfully.
Yeah, that is true. Jason just said it'll be out of the pasture. But we'll definitely come out and just at least put something over the top of that so no equines can step in it if we do ever end up with them out here. So there's just some things like that around the property that we'll have to end up fixing up, but we'll keep riding out here. So this bucking rail is going to continue clear out this way too. You can see there's some grass, but this is high desert country, and without water there's just not a lot of grass.
Here's a good example of what cheat grass looks like compared to good grass. Cheat grass is on the right here, and good grass is on the left. The cheat grass turns a little bit of a purple color, and there's not a lot of forage value in it. Alright, we're coming up on the end of where the bucking rail will stop. Alyssa showed you where they got to when they were fencing a couple weekends ago, and it'll eventually come clear out to here. So where that bucking rail hits the barbed wire is the property boundary, and then it's Bureau of Land Management past that bag there flying in the wind. The fence line runs down just to the right of this little road bed. You see way up there, there's a little H-brace corner. That's the edge of the property. Right here, the property takes a little jog back to kind of the south. But this is still all what we call the 100-acre pasture. And you can see, if you look at this grass, like looking horizontally across it, you're like, oh man, look at all that feed out there. But really, if you look down at it, you can see there's not a whole lot there. Pretty sparse, but I mean 100 acres, these guys could eat for a long time on it, but it's just not quite as much looking down at it as it is looking out across it. And that's why water is so valuable out here in the West. With water, that's when you get those big green pastures that are just full of grass and alfalfa. But this native grass without water, it's a little bit sparse. It is beautiful though. You can see off in the distance there is the gun range, which is a pretty sweet piece of the property. We haven't used it yet, but we plan to. Now we're heading down the south boundary. Actually, no, this is kind of like east boundary. we're heading to the north. And you can see up in the distance the gun range there. I'm pretty sure it's a 100-yard range, and there's a bunch of targets and stuff that are set up out there, and we're really excited to actually get moved down here to the property and start doing some fun stuff like that and set up our archery target and shoot our bows a little bit. But first we got to get moved down here. Man, there's a lot of flowers here. Well, what do you think so far?
Big property. I can barely see the herd over there. I can see Taz trotting, or Josie. I think it's Taz. I don't know. Maybe it's both. Can't tell. Taz is pretty buff. I can barely hear him whinnying over there. It's like, friends! Come back!
Taz is getting legged up. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to come back here and show you something. This is an antelope fence crossing right here. So you can see right there where the antelope go under the fence. For the most part, antelope don't jump fences. So it's kind of nice out here when ranchers put smooth wire on the bottom of their fence. But what's even better is what these folks have done is put no wire on the bottom of the fence. And that just makes it really easy for the antelope to cross into the property and back off the property without getting hung up in the fence line. It's kind of cool. They really like the wildlife here, and we're already really enjoying seeing them. I've heard the elk come through here in the fall quite a bit in the winter time, and so we're excited to see a little bit more wildlife out here.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
For getting the gate.
My legs needed a break after this long ride around the property
anyway.
Anyway.
It's quite a long ride. See, the cows have grazed all that off already. There were a lot of cows out here, but a couple thousand acres and they already got her grazed down. It's a dry year this year.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's check out the gun range. Yeah, seriously. This would be a great place to practice mounted shooting. This whole property, I mean. Out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I think it's a 100-yard range. And you can see they have some close range stuff for shooting pistols, shooting handguns here. But a nice berm out there. Clear on the far end of the property. It's pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah, this is awesome.
They said we could put an archery target out here too.
Yep.
Drop some 100-yard bombs out here.
And there's a cover.
Yeah. Yeah. This would be really nice. Oh yeah, a little cow shelter. One thing about this property is there are rattlesnakes. So that's kind of new for us. There's actually quite a few. So like we've ridden tons of places where there are rattlesnakes, but this one, you kind of got to keep an eye out for them. They shouldn't mess with the mules or anything. They would probably just leave if they felt the mules coming. And that's actually exactly what happened the other day. I was riding Riata and Alyssa was riding Rooster, and you could see off in the grass. First, Rooster spooked a little, and then you could see big old rattlesnake moving through the grass. Big old. It was actually really pretty, but still give you the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, they're great basin.
They're Great Basin rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Great big old rattlesnake is what that one was. A little bit more moose poop in the road here, so they definitely cross through here. That's pretty fun. I'll be pumped if we see a moose out here. This is just about the perfect property for horses, and like once that arena is set up, it's going to be like an absolute dream being out here. Oh, do that again. Look how fancy Clyde is. Gotta make up for spooking at that pile of metal on the ground. Do some pretty stuff.
It's a little rusty.
I thought it looked good. Watch Riata. Riata could do it too. Ready, Riata? Go this way. Oh, no trotting. She's like, I'll just run if you do leg pressure. So here you can kind of get a lay of the land. Right through that grove of evergreens is where the dry lots are and the mustang pens. And then this is the 100-acre pasture out this way. All the way to where you can see the grass ends and the sage starts back there. That's the end of the property and the end of the 100-acre pasture. Looks like paradise for horses and mules.
The property goes up this way a little ways. And then on the public land, you can see it's pretty steep though.
Yeah, I don't know how high up there it goes. It's below those rocks, I'm pretty sure, but it's a ways up there.
Pretty cool when you can basically come right around your own property.
Yeah, without ever leaving deeded acreage.
So back in the day, there's a spring way up the hill, and the irrigation water used to come out, go down into this pipe, and then down into the fields. And that's part of how they got the irrigation going, but nowadays it's directed down the creek and we got to pump out of the creek, but they haven't set the irrigation up on this place for a long time, so I'm not sure what all is going to be involved in getting it going, but it sounds like we could probably water at least a few acres. Looks like a good place for rattlesnakes to live.
That's what Riata says.
Yeah, they act like they can smell them. Clyde and Riata are not fans.
So nice. All right, well, that was the 100-acre pasture. And now we have a couple of, I think, 30-acre pastures called the creek pastures that we're gonna go check out. But we're gonna take a little pause here and give these guys a little exercise next to their buddies because Riata was way too excited to get back to her pals. She kind of wasn't listening to me, so we're gonna make the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult by doing just a little exercise here. Going this way. Before we get down to the creek pastures, we're going to show you the mule racetrack. We do have some good news. We think we have secured a whole bunch of shelters for these guys. So it's going to cost a whole bunch of money, but we're rolling. So we're super excited and relieved about that. So we have more news coming on that one on a future video probably. All right, there it is. Originally, this was a landing strip, but now it's a mule and mustang racetrack.
Yep.
I don't know how long it is. Should look it up on Onyx and measure it.
Yeah.
Long enough to wear these guys out, probably.
Sure. Ready?
We'll follow you. Okay. I'll film you. Good job. Was that kind of fun? Did you need that mentally? I know why she's not behaving very well today, and Ty would have told me this right off the bat. It's that right there. Mules aren't supposed to have big old floofy manes like that. She's acting feral because she looks feral. I figured out why Riata's acting feral.
You didn't cut her mane?
Yeah.
It's true.
Is Clyde acting feral?
Not too bad now.
No.
A little bit earlier.
He looks feral.
He does look feral.
Time for a spa day. Makeover, mule makeover.
They're a little too long. Just loping with no stirrups. Like, woo!
That was kind of fun.
That was fun.
I think Riata enjoyed it.
Riata was going Mach 10 for her.
For her, yeah.
I was like, whoa. She's kind of fast. Okay, ready? We're going to do a spin around. Turn around.
Okay, let's see it.
Yeah. Oh, let him walk that way. Is that good?
That was good. Clyde's looking good.
There you go.
We're super excited to get moved down here and really start putting in time with these guys because they were doing pretty good last year, like towards the end of the year, traveling with Ty and Sky. But they're a little rusty, so we're excited to get on a training program with them and see what they become by the end of this summer. Should we see if there's a gate on this end of the creek pasture? I'm sure there is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a gate. Let's check it out. This is not a good angle. It makes you look so little, Riata. It does.
Oh,
She's really not that short. That was just a bad angle.
you got a big heart.
Oh, here comes the plane. Think they're gonna land here?
I hear it, Bucky.
Yeah. That'd freak our mules out.
Should we go push that cow up the canyon for him?
Is there a cow?
Up there.
Oh, yeah. Hey, lady, you got left behind.
They just moved the cows up to their summer pasture, which is up that canyon right there, up into the high country.
Oh.
Can she do it? Nice. Okay, now let's see this part. Whoa, Clyde's trying to side pass over the bucking rail. He's like, I'll do whatever you say, Mom. Nice, Clyde. Good job.
Hindquarters, whoop, whoop. More behind it. A little rusty on opening the gate there, buddy.
Hey, you didn't have to get off him. That's all that matters. Me and Riata should have done it.
That was like down to his knees.
Ooh, an irrigation ditch. There's a little metal in this pasture. Don't let me forget that. These two creek pastures have the most grass in them, but we're letting them rest for this year. They got smoked by the cattle last year. If you jump this, Riata, you thirsty? No, you can just drink. Yeah, thank you for the help. She was getting ready to fly. For those that don't know, one of the main reasons Riata's previous owner got rid of her was she couldn't cross water. So we've mostly overcome that. Sometimes she crosses it way high up in the air though. So I was ready for a flying leap. Sometimes she crosses good. For people who have watched the channel for a really long time, you'll remember when I couldn't even get her to put her feet in the water. cactus.
All right, Clyde. Look out for snakes, buddy. Let's go up this way. It's a nice little...
Snakes need to watch out for Clyde.
Yeah. Clyde will stomp out a snake. These rocky pastures will be nice for wearing their hooves down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, do we want to go up there or do we want to ride through here? Let's go up here. We've never been on this part of the property before.
I know, you guys get to discover it right here with us.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Keeping an eye out for fencing. There was an old fence. Old dry ditch. Okay, just walk it, buddy. Walk it. Good boy. Just walk it. There you go. Nice, Bob. Thank you. And then there's the property boundary there. And I have seen some wire along this stretch of buck and rail before. We'll definitely have to come through here with flagging and mark it all and then have someone come pull it out if we can't get it out. Probably. Yeah, Jason said most of it we'll be able to pull out by hand. I think so. So this creek is diverted down there at that irrigation ditch that we crossed. Yeah. Yeah, somewhere right in here there's another like meter box for one rancher down the valley. His irrigation water comes out of here. I think it's right up there in those trees though. Lots of young cottonwoods in here. You can see there's not a ton of grass when you look down on top of this. This is what pasture looks like in the high desert.
I will say, for a little herd like ours, this amount of grass makes all the difference. Just allowing them to wander around and graze. It will supplement with hay, but this is going to be so nice.
You can see down there, it's like sub-irrigated. There are actually some pretty good grass down there.
Yeah, there is.
So here's one spot where the water comes out for the next rancher. So there's these little creek diversions. I don't exactly know how it works, but so anyway, then you got the water coming out like that. Pretty interesting.
It is interesting.
Seems like every irrigation system works differently and there's all different types. Sure is pretty though. There's a duck. A hen mallard.
Yeah, a hen mallard.
Wonder if she's got a nest down there, if she was just in the irrigation water. She might have a nest in there.
Yeah.
Pretty little bird. Singing up there. There's some junipers down in here. Lots of cottonwoods.
Oh, here's the diversion.
Yeah, so here's the big head gate in the diversion for at least one of the ranchers. He was down here working on it the other day. So you can see.
Cool.
And then it cuts off, I think, that way and then down this way.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, some of those cottonwoods we were just riding up, they're blocked off right now. There's two boards down in there.
Yeah.
Blocking that off, and so it's shooting it out that other ditch that
We
me
rode
and Brianna did not jump across.
Yeah. Yep, the ditch we crossed with water, it's going out that way. And then when the next rancher needs it, they can open up this, then it'll flow out this way to their ranch. There's boards down in there. So then you just pop those boards out, and then the next rancher can use his water. And it sounds like for us to use it, there might be a head gate further up, but we'd get a new one down on the property, and then we could potentially use some irrigation water. Our rights are third to these two ranchers, so they would get all their water that they need first, and then we could use some. And there's so much you can use per acre and all that stuff. And anyway, need to talk to the water master about it, but you can see the new boxes he put in behind Riata here. So that measures how much water each rancher is using. Pretty neat.
I will say, even though this property doesn't have a lot of water rights to irrigate, it is so nice to have water on the property. It's a huge plus to have a creek.
All right, well, we're gonna go out the gate, down a road, just a little ways, and then back into the other pasture instead of having to forge the creek, because there's not a bridge across the creek in the pasture. So that's the plan. End of the property is way down there. Sure. Just keep your eye open for wire. Boy. Nice job, buddy. I have to long trot a lot of the property to get anywhere quickly. Can she do it? Good job, Riata. Now you just gotta stand there. Slow, huh?
Yeah.
Who put those chains so low? Riata, no!
Hard to get this even staying on the ground.
There we go. Good girl.
Oh, I should have stayed off, I think. Or is that gate open?
No, it's open. Got a range gate up here, but it's open. Look at that old. Do you think that's a juniper?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I bet it was a live tree that they put that fence around.
That's awesome. I wonder how old that thing is.
Look at that. What a fence post.
Now that's a post.
Yeah.
Now that's a knife.
That ain't no knife. This is a knife. One more pasture.
That's not all. We got one more creek pasture.
One more creek pasture. We got another building to show you, and then we got our house.
Yeah. Get a home tour.
Home tour.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Mountain Built Cribs. Good boy, Bob. Girl, Riata.
You can see that's where the pasture starts. We probably won't ride up through that sage, but we will ride down along the creek here and alongside a little bit of potentially irrigated pasture.
Creek flows underneath the road right here. Sure is pretty. Well, there's the pasture we were just in. And we've got this pasture. And this pasture used to be irrigated. See their old irrigation lines. Got another missing cow up here. Another stray. She's like, "Ma, that pasture looks nice." Rabbit in the grass up here. Tiny little baby bunny. Just jumped away. Yeah. Those flowers right there. That's so pretty. So there's kind of this old grill / pizza oven. It's kind of cool. A little fire ring. Used to come down here and camp. Nice spot to camp. Field goes clear up there. There's little fish down in there. Oh, this cow's got a calf. Go check out what this cow and calf are up to over here.
Let's see if Clyde has overcome his fear of cows.
Yeah, are you still afraid of cows, Clyde? We'll see. There they go. He's definitely looking. Look at you. You're so brave. See how afraid they are of you? Go on, Mama. This is not your ranch. Yeah, girl. Good girl. Sure is pretty. And all this is public land.
If you guys want, on our behalf, leave some love for the people allowing us to lease this in the comments. We appreciate it so much. It's only been about a month and it's already been kind of life-changing, honestly. We're super thankful. What do you think?
This is awesome. Yeah. How cool is that we can just ride out?
Yeah.
For a long ways.
Super cool. I want to go up over that ridge right there.
It probably wouldn't be too hard, really.
You can see the trails.
Through here.
Yeah.
It looks like there might be a range gate right there.
Oh yeah, it does.
We can probably get out right there and out there's an old road gun.
We'll have to do that on a future video.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard to ride up that and then over into the next little valley over there and see what's in there. So this pasture is really, I don't know, 30 acres or so, but we just showed you a little chunk down here where there's some irrigation set up. The rest is pretty much the same as the other stuff, kind of sage and grass mixed in. Not a whole lot of grass. So this stuff we might actually be able to get going again. We're not exactly sure how it all works, but Sounds like we still have all the water rights to use it. We just may have to fix up some stuff.
It sure be worth it protecting it.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
some water on this, that'll be.
Yeah, if we could get some water on this, reseed it, this actually would be a lot of pasture. You might even be able to hay it.
Yeah. Hay it once and then use it for winter pasture.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason said hay it once and then use it for winter pasture instead of cutting it a second time. But you can see it's been pretty overgrazed by cows in the past, so if we get the water on, I definitely need to reseed it with some sort of good pasture mix. But it's still got all the hand line out here. Just hasn't been used in a long time. There's old pipes up the hill. You can see them. That's where the irrigation used to come from down for this field, but all those pipes are rusty and there's no water up there anymore for it to come down through. Yeah, I think this field's probably worth reseeding maybe this fall. This is where Roost, you saw the rattlesnake the other day. There's that old rusty culvert that goes up under the road right there, and it was laying right here under this buck and slithered up in there.
Big old snake.
It was a big snake. The old growth rattlesnake. Some of this pipe is kind of bent up, but a lot of it's in good shape.
Mm-hmm. A lot of it's very usable.
Yeah. I wonder if you could ever get a wheel line out here. This would be a good spot for a wheel line, I feel like.
Bet you could.
Probably.
A lot of people getting rid of them these days.
Yeah. Yeah, replace them with pivots so wheel lines aren't too hard to get a hold of. Alright, we got another building to show you guys. This is the last building. So this is an old airplane hangar. And you almost could use it as a covered round pen in the winter. But I think we'll probably use it for hay storage.
Get some big old square bales. Be living the high life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tall enough you could dang near put a round pen in here. How cool would that be?
Yeah, a little 40-footer.
Yeah, that actually might be kind of nice. Hadn't even thought about that, but this is our indoor arena.
There's still a lot of hay in here.
Look at this. Look how much room there is for activities. We could do a little turnaround. Yeah, Bob. Spin it, Bob. Spin that donkey. Good boy. So this should hold plenty of hay.
Yeah.
More than a year's worth of big old square bales. And hopefully, if we do get a new tractor here, by we, I mean the owners buying one and letting us use it because they're amazing, then we can feed out those big square bales. So, but pretty darn nice. Pretty big building.
Been a year's worth of hay even for all our horses in here.
Yep. Alright, let's go see our house. This little building is going to be where the chickens live. Actually, the guy had it for raising chuckers. So, a little chicken building. And the horse barn.
In the spring. Red
Yep.
winged blackbird's home.
And there's the spring here. The spring water is actually where the horse water comes from. The flavor is banana bread. Oh, do you like banana? Rihanna says yes. Do you want one more, Bob? Yeah. Yum. Oh, Rihanna likes those. Thank you to whoever got the banana bread horse treats from the Amazon wish list. They like them. Cheers. All right, we're gonna show you our house. I know y'all have been asking, do we have a house here? And we officially have a house here now.
I would call it more of a home.
Jason doesn't agree with me that it's a house. I think it's a house. We're gonna show you. Come on.
Walk with me. You can see the nose of our house.
So, most of you guys know, we got a living quarters horse trailer when we were working for Ty, so we could travel on the road. I actually bought this from Ty. And it's coming in handy now because we're going to live in it for a while. Who knows how long. At least this summer. We might end up living at our house that we currently have over the winter. We'll see what happens. But for the summer, as soon as we can move all the horses out here, we're going to live in this thing. So we'll show you our little setup. First off, we got the outdoor dining area. The lounge slash garden. We got some nice herbs. We got zucchini. A beautiful flower bed. Got a nice propane fireplace. Probably won't use it under here, but
probably not.
Pull it out there and use it.
If our bed gets cold, we could.
Yeah. Pretty awesome.
You might be asking why it's under here, and that's because the sun travels like this.
Yep.
That way we get afternoon shade.
It was hot and this was shady, so it's here.
And that's where it's going to stay. It's too windy out here to put our awning out. So
yeah.
The only shade we have is under the gooseneck. So this is actually going to work really well.
So then...
Hey, guess what day it is?
Best day ever. Show you the inside. Please take your boots off.
Seriously though,
we need to not bring our boots in here. Well, it is dark in here, huh? Turn some lights on. Chopstick. So then, we have our very large, spacious mansion. It's actually nice because it does have a bump out. Got our bedroom, which our bed is not made.
We just hauled this down here today, so nothing is set up yet.
So, bedroom, storage, editing, office slash dining room, Starlink that we haven't set up yet. The kitchen, which we have a fridge and a cook stove in here. And no oven. This is a convection microwave though, so apparently you can cook pizzas in it. We have not tried that yet, but
definitely will.
It's a thing. It has a pizza setting, so it's Jason approved. More storage, sink, and then we have a full shower, which is nice, and a toilet. And then that just goes out into the back horse area. This door right here. So, but yeah, the only thing I don't like is when, sorry, there is antifreeze on the floor in here, but when you try and get out of the shower and this door's closed, and you open this, trying to get in the shower is even worse, because then you're smushed in this little room, and then you gotta open this, and you go in the shower. That's the only bad thing about it. So you gotta strategically plan ahead and open the shower door before you close your bathroom door. If other people are in here and you want privacy. But other than that, it's great. So
we'll give you a full tour once it's all set up and we have everything.
It's real messy in here right now.
We don't have any of our clothes here yet or anything like that. But once we have it set up and kind of in an efficient fashion, we'll show you where we store everything from, like our computer gear, filming stuff, clothes, boots, all that, once we are all the way moved in.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have some sort of outside cooking setup as well.
Yeah. And the puppies will probably sleep in the shop in some sort of kennel.
Yeah.
I think that should be plenty warm in there. Nowhere for a good dog bed on the floor.
No.
They would be uncomfortable.
Pretty nice trailer though. We're thankful for it. All jokes aside, it's absolutely tiny, but it's a huge blessing.
Yeah.
To have the ability to move out here.
And the reason it's parked here is because there's an RV hookup right outside here. So there's septic, water, and power, we think. We gotta check in all that. Hasn't been used in a long time, like 18 years or something like that. But It should all work. So we forgot our power cord at home, so we can't check on the power. But worst case, we could park it up by the shop. There's power there. So thank you guys so much for coming along with us today. We want to say a huge thank you to the owners of the ranch for giving us the opportunity to lease such an incredible place. We feel very blessed to have the chance to care for it, build here, and hopefully make it home for our herd. There's a lot of hard work ahead, fences to fix, shelters to build, pens to finish, and plenty of projects that will take time. But getting to see the pastures, follow the creeks, and picture our horses and mules loping around the arena makes all of that feel worth it. If you want to follow along with ranch projects, mustangs, mules, and all the mountain adventures ahead, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one.